Ever wonder what pure, unadulterated greed looks like in the DC universe? Look no further than Larfleeze, the one and only Orange Lantern. While other Lantern Corps have thousands of members, the Orange Lantern Corps has just one. Why? Because Larfleeze is so consumed by avarice, he can't bear to share the power. He wants it all, and he has it all. But how did this creature become the living embodiment of greed? The story of Larfleeze isn't just about a power ring. It's a tragic tale of a being who lost everything to have everything. Before he was Agent Orange, Larfleeze was part of a small guild of thieves. He, along with a few others, was known for pulling off the most impossible heists across the galaxy. They were the best of the best, their ultimate score. The planet Okaara, a forbidden world in the Vega system, a place so dangerous that even the Guardians of the Universe declared it off limits. They heard whispers of a treasure beyond imagination hidden there, a power that could make them richer than kings. So, naturally, they went for it. Braving the deadly flora and fauna of Okaara, Larfleeze and his crew descended into the planet's depths, navigating ancient traps and forgotten catacombs. There, they found what they were looking for, but it wasn't gold or jewels. It was a simple orange lantern and a power battery. Alongside it, they found a map box belonging to a long-dead guardian named Krona. The box contained information about the immense power of the orange light of avarice. As you can imagine, a group of thieves finding an object of ultimate power didn't exactly lead to a friendly discussion about sharing. They immediately began to fight over it. The orange light, sensing the overwhelming greed in their hearts, lashed out. The conflict was brutal, and many of the thieves were killed, not by each other, but by the very power they sought to control. The Guardians of the Universe, alerted by the disturbance, arrived with a legion of manhunters to contain the situation. In the ensuing chaos, only Larfleeze and one other thief named Blooch remained. They had their hands on the prize, but the Guardians cornered them. The Guardians, however, were interested in the map box, which contained forbidden knowledge about the emotional spectrum. They offered Larfleeze a deal: surrender the box, and one of them could keep the orange lantern. But there was a catch. The power of the orange light was too great, too corrupting, for it to ever leave the Vega system. The bearer would become its warden, trapped on Okaara for eternity. Faced with this choice, Larfleeze's greed took over. He wasn't about to share his prize. He turned on his last remaining partner, Blooch, and in a final, desperate act of avarice, he killed him. With his last rival gone, Larfleeze claimed the orange lantern for himself. He agreed to the Guardian's terms, not fully understanding the price he would pay. He handed over the box and, in return, became the sole wielder of the orange light. The Guardians promised to never interfere in the Vega system again, effectively sealing Larfleeze and his newfound power away from the rest of the universe. The moment Larfleeze touched the lantern, his transformation was complete. The orange light flooded his being, amplifying his greed 1,000,000 times over. He was no longer just a thief. He was avarice incarnate. He became the first and only Orange Lantern. But the power came with a terrible curse. The orange light doesn't just create constructs like the Green Lanterns. It steals the identities of those it kills, turning them into ghostly orange constructs, forever bound to serve their master. So, every person Larfleeze had ever desired something from, every being he had ever defeated, was resurrected as a phantom member of his corps. His former comrades, the creatures of Okaara he'd slain, anyone he'd ever coveted, all became his spectral slaves. He was a king with a kingdom of ghosts, a commander with an army of the dead. He had everything he could ever want, but he was utterly alone, surrounded only by echoes of his greed. For billions of years, Larfleeze remained hidden on Okaara, his existence a myth. He hoarded his power, his constructs, and every single object he could get his hands on. His cave became a treasure trove of cosmic junk and priceless artifacts, each one representing something he wanted and took. He'd talk to his constructs, reliving his past, ordering them around, but they were just puppets, empty shells reflecting his own bottomless desire. He became a lonely, paranoid creature, constantly whispering mine, 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 through the shadows. His solitude was finally shattered when the Controllers, an offshoot of the Guardians, entered the Vega system searching for a power source to rival the Green Lanterns. They stumbled upon the orange light and tried to take it. Big mistake. Larfleeze, enraged that someone would dare try to take what was his, unleashed his full power. He annihilated the Controllers, and in doing so, his presence was finally revealed to the wider universe. This event set off a chain reaction. The Green Lantern Corps was sent to investigate, leading to a direct confrontation with Hal Jordan. During their fight, Hal briefly managed to snatch the Orange Lantern, causing Larfleeze to panic. For a moment, he felt the emptiness of losing his precious power, and it terrified him. This encounter put Larfleeze on the map, and he became a major player in the cosmic events that followed, including the Blackest Night. During the Blackest Night, Larfleeze was a wild card. He didn't care about the war between life and death. He just wanted the Black Lanterns to stop trying to take his stuff. His greed was so powerful that it could even hold back the forces of Necron, the Lord of the Unliving. He was temporarily deputized into other corps, receiving a Blue Lantern Ring of Hope at one point. The feeling of hope was so alien and overwhelming to him that he desperately wanted more of it, showing that even his greed could be pointed in a different direction. The story of Larfleeze is a cautionary tale. He achieved the ultimate goal of any thief. He possessed a treasure of infinite value, but in doing so, he became its prisoner. His endless desire for more left him with nothing of real value, no friends, no freedom, no peace. He is a tragic, almost comical figure, a being of immense power, who is ultimately a slave to his own wanting. He is the ultimate consumer in a universe of heroes and villains, a black hole of want that can never be filled, and it all started with one last, fatal heist. What do you think is the most tragic part of Larfleeze's origin? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into DC lore, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more. See you next time.